All right, ready to go?
Yes.
Okay.
Fucking pumped.
Oh, geez, he's pumped, is he? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Tips and Trades, formerly known as Just the Tips, on the Centimetre Perfect podcast. My name is Liam. That is Jesse, and we are back for another season. It's come out of nowhere, Jesse. All of a sudden, it's March is here, and we have some games to tip, as we always do. Are you excited for this year, Jesse?
I'm so pumped, and I'm so depressed that we have to do the start of the season 2 days into the third month of the calendar year. It is still too early.
Jesse, if you're not aware, Jesse is not a fan of the longer seasons, all the buys and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure you'll hear all about it in our game reviews as the year ticks on at Centimetre Perfect _AFL on YouTube. No, this won't be on our Audible podcast, but if you want to listen to those, Spotify, Apple, and Amazon is where you can get them. And I think the most important thing, Jesse, to say is that if you want to get involved in this, leave your tips in the comments down below, because I'm intrigued to see if we have lots of people who like this, Jesse. Because coming into next season, if we get enough people interested, we might even do our own little competition. What do you think?
Well, our competition population's already increased by 50% this season, so if we extrapolate that growth over 5-6 more years, we might have the single biggest competition in global sport.
That's good.
Roll on 2031, mate.
Roll on 2031. Now, you said we've increased our competition by 50%, Jesse. Would you like to explain to people what we've done here?
So we have brought in an automatron to compete against us, because just beating Liam every week got boring. So I thought I'd better beat the internet as well. So we have a third tipster joining us this season. It is Vin.
Vin.
Now, what does Vin stand for? That's a secret, AKA we haven't gone that far. But Vin will be competing against myself and Liam all season, giving us some artificial tips. Let's see if he is smarter than us, or whether we can trick him. Now, unfortunately, I don't have access to Vin's prompt, so I can't go and sabotage Vin. So if it's getting closer to the end of the season and Vin's winning, I might actually commit a crime and break into Liam's house to get access to Vin.
Wow.
Because I don't want to lose to a robot, because that would be quite depressing.
Well, I'll give you all the insights of what Vin's chosen and why, Jesse, in just a moment. And just look, I would like to say this because I think it's special to me, but Vin is named after my late father, who passed away just recently. We used to watch footy all the time together, and I wanted to keep him involved in footy at some capacity, and this is how we've done it. And you'll see in some of the graphics, you'll see him. I've turned him into a little bit of an automatron. I'm not too sure if it's if Mum's going to be stoked with that or not. We'll find out. But he's going to be joining us for this journey as well, which I'm very excited for. Jesse, now we tip differently here, Jesse.
We do.
We do it a whole lot differently. We use confidence points. Now, confidence points is something that I borrowed from Stephen Larson, who do a wrestling.
At this point, it's not borrowed. We've been doing it for 2 seasons.
I know, but I just want to let the people know where we've got it from in case they're first-time listeners and they're like, "You've stolen that from Stephen Larson," just in case one of our listeners knows. But we liked it. We liked it how it worked for the footy season. So instead of just assigning one tip and you get 1 point, Jesse, what do we do?
We assign out values to each game in the season. So for opening round, there are 5 games, which means we need to assign our points on a sliding scale from 1 to 5, 5 being the most confident, 1 to being the least confident. To win the competition, you do not need to have the most correct tips in the 2026 AFL season, just the most amount of confidence points. So, Liam, without further ado,
yes,
I say we get started.
Okay. It seems like a good place to start. And by the way, keep watching after our tips. We were going to go and touch on our fantasy for just a smidge. Obviously hasn't started yet, but we'll give out an update on our teams. But we'll start with the tips, Jesse, with game number 1. Go for it.
Big game here. Sydney hosting Carlton on Thursday night at the SCG. Hey, remember when the footy season was normal and this was Richmond versus Carlton? Mm-hmm. And now the footy season sucks and it's this. And it's just the AFL desperately trying to cram narratives and attention from the northern states into opening round.
Yes.
I digress. Now, there's 3 of us now.
There is.
So who goes first? Is it like that thing in the office where everyone's standing off with each other with their finger guns going, who's going next? Is that what this is?
I think we'll do
Who's going?
I think what we'll do, Jesse, is we'll just do it in order of the reverse order of how the people placed in the previous week. So 3, 2 to 1. Now, obviously, this is week 1. So where would you like?
It's actually week 0, man.
It's week 0. Thank you very much, Jesse, for the immediate correction. You're so good at. I love that.
Yeah, I am.
What do you reckon, Jesse? Do you want to kick it off? Should I kick it off? Should Vin kick it off? What do you reckon?
I'm happy to go first here.
Okay.
In a tough round, let's get rolling early. I'm going Sydney with 3. They should be able to dispatch this Carlton side, who I am concerned about in the early stage of the season. I mean, I still have residual questions about the Swans, so it's far from a game that I have high levels of confidence going into. But with a couple of arm wrestles this round, I'm pretty eager just to sit somewhere in the middle with this. So I think Sydney will get the job done at home. It's a tough place for Carlton to go and win. The crowd should be able to get behind the Swans. Obviously, Charlie Kerner is the narrative trademark, story trademark, narrative trademark, which will certainly make things interesting in that regard. But look, the Swans, while I'm concerned about their depth, this is probably the best time of year for them because they don't have an enormous injury list. They should be able to get the job done.
Another thing you'll learn very quickly, dear viewer, if you're first time watching us in these tips videos, is Jesse will give the analysis. I tip purely on vibes. I really don't have all the in-depth knowledge that Jesse has of the football, but I think that's fine because I think a lot of the listeners are probably just nuffies like myself who don't really know what's going on. That's it. I also got Sydney with 3 confidence points. For a similar idea to you, Jesse, I think there's other games in here that I was probably more happy to go high on. And this one's, it's a bit of an unknown. If Sydney are going to be the serious team that a lot of the pundits think they're going to be this year, then this just has to be a win, right? It just has to be a win. And obviously we're not too sure on the status of Errol Goulden just yet and if he's going to be playing this game. If he doesn't, it's going to be interesting to see if Sydney can get going without him there. And again, like you've mentioned, Charlie Kerner is also a thing there. I don't know if it's going to matter too much. It's going to be a nice little fun story to start the game, and then it's going to go away.
Carlton's probably the right defensive matchup to deal with Kerner, to be honest.
Interesting. But we're still going Sydney with 3, Jesse, and here we are.
Still going Sydney with 3.
And you know what, Jesse? I'll tell you now Vin's tip. Vin's gone Sydney with 3. So across the board, we are in agreement with the computer and what they think.
Now,
go on.
Viewers, I promise this isn't going to be the case all season.
Oh, God, no.
Because they get really boring.
Oh, yeah, no. It's yeah.
And keep in mind, when we get to a game with, like, North Melbourne, Liam will probably tip North Melbourne.
100%. So it's okay. I love doing that. It's one of my favourite things to do. But also, when you've only got 5 games, the likelihood of there being same tips is pretty high. Once you get to
Wouldn't it be crazy if we had 9 games to start the season and it was called round 1?
You need a bit longer. You need to go to an institution, my friend, with thoughts like that. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. But not much given by Vin as to why he's chosen the Swans over Carlton. Sydney added players and Carlton lost Charlie Kerno, which weakens their scoring punch. Thanks, Vin. some of the write-ups that Vin gives is just like this long, and some of them are like 2 lines. That's a 2-liner, which probably goes in time.
I think Vin wanted to go to the pub when he wrote that one.
I can't blame him. Let's go to the next game, Jesse.
Gold Coast hosting the Geelong Cats at People First Stadium. Geelong are the first side to experience the wonders of Coolangatta Airport this season, while the Suns will be looking to rise early and get off to the best possible start for season 2026. This is a weird one, right? Because I wouldn't normally have a tip against Geelong in my kind of top quartile of confidence points, but I'm going Gold Coast with 4 here.
Ooh.
Because I'm alarmed with the Cats' injury list at this stage, and I think there's a real galvanization factor around the Suns at the moment. They're going to want to hit the ground running this season because they are so well placed to be a contender this year. They have not had this opportunity through their entire existence, 15 years. This is it for them, I think, in terms of a real first crack, not the Fox Footy Show, at being a clear contender. I think we're going to see them really trying to hit the ground running here. They're going to come out and put pressure on the Cats. It's going to be a real opportunity for them to hit them hard. So I'm going Gold Coast with 4. Don't be surprised if Brand Petrarca cooks up a storm in his first time in the orange. Yeah,
I think it's going to be interesting to see. I think I've gone Gold Coast as well. I've only gone with 2, so not as confident as yourself, Mr. Jesse. But I think I don't really know what to say about this one. I think Geelong's injuries in the forward line are going to be difficult. I want to see the Gold Coast do well. I mean, are they my vibe team again this year, Jesse? I'm not too sure.
Have they outgrown that?
They might have outgrown that because they're too good now. My vibe teams need to be bad. So that's it.
May I introduce you to Fremantle?
I get what my vibe team this year. That's fine. No, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking to see what Petrarca can do. Their midfield, the young kids. I'm really looking forward to it. I think they're actually going to get the better of the Cats by quite a significant margin, I think, as well. And
I've only gone 2.
I've only gone 2. Funny that, isn't it? And hopefully they can pull a big crowd. Fingers crossed. Jesse, Vin, what do you reckon? What do you reckon Vin's gone?
Vin strikes me as an anti-Vic bias crusader. So I reckon he's gone Gold Coast.
How many?
3. He's going around 3. I reckon 2 as well. I reckon he's stuck with you.
No, he's with you, mate. He's gone Gold Coast with 4.
Ooh,
yeah, he's gone Gold Coast with 4 because he's loving Petrarca. He's also loving Jamara.
I don't like Vin already because he's just copying me.
He also likes Jamara Ugahagan. It's fantastic. Vin actually ummed and ahed on this one. So
did he?
Yeah, he was just kind of like, I'm not too sure because he had like a little clip from the Herald Sun in there talking about how good Geelong was, and then it's like back and forth. I was just like, can you make up your mind, please? Go for it. But no, he's gone the Gold Coast Suns with 4 as well. All right, Jesse, let's go on to. They should be a genuine challenge to Geelong, especially at home in round 1. Thank you, Vin.
It's not round 1, Vin.
Oh well,
it's round 0.
That's ChatGPT for you. All right, Jesse, let's move on to the next game off the ranks. This should be a good one too.
The Giants hosting the Hawks at NG Stadium. Geelong will be looking to paper over some of their injury cracks, while the Hollywood Hawks will be looking to premiere their season in fine style. I am going Hawthorn with the full shebang. I'm going to roll out the red carpet. The budget's been blown. 5 confidence points on the Hawks to start season 2026. Alarmed beyond words for the Giants injury list, and I have full belief in the Hawks this year. If you haven't seen our predictions video, which came out yesterday for our top 10 teams in the competition, I'm pretty sold on Hawthorn being able to win 20 games this year. This would be one of those. If they're not winning this, we will be re-releasing that video, and it will be dubbed over with something else.
Yeah, Hawks with 5 for me as well. They're going to be too strong. They have to be too strong. Giants are obviously walking and wounded at the moment, and not much more to say, Jesse. I think you've said it all there. We agree. What do you reckon about Vin, though? What do you reckon about Vin? And this is where I think it's going to be fantastic this year.
So, okay, he's gone rogue, has he?
Well, I'm going to be interested to see how the choices develop as the year goes on. Like,
he's got a bit of data. Are you feeding in the results?
No, all I'm saying is here are the games. Give him a confidence point. So I've told him that much. And the rest of it, he's just kind of going out and picking out news stories from here, this left, right, and center, just trying to find something to put in there. Vin's gone GWS with 2. Now, I think this is based on the little tagline here. It's all about Clayton Oliver. That's it. It's all about Clayton.
It's all about no Callahan, Kelly, or Green. Okay, sure, Vin.
Well, this is why I'm intrigued to see how it develops over the season, because he's only got a small sample size to go on at the moment. But where's it picking it from? Who knows? This is going to be a rogue one. Watch it be correct, and GWS will win somehow. Probably happen. Let's go into the next one, Jesse.
The Lions hosting the Bulldogs at the Gabba on Saturday night. This game is, so this should be a real cracker here. The Lions looking to continue rolling on as they exited season 2025, while the Bulldogs will be hoping their defensive deficiencies aren't shone as brightly amongst the northernmost state. I'm Lions with 2 here. Wary of the Dogs, and I think this will be a common theme this year with me, that I'm wary of getting stung by the Dogs or even potentially bitten by the Dogs. Thank you. Equally, I'm scared of being mauled by the Lions. So Brisbane with 2 just makes the most sense here for me. I don't know if we're going to see them get into 3rd or 4th gear, particularly early doors. So they're vulnerable here for the Dogs if the Dogs are ready to go at round 0. But the Lions, we know how deep their list is in terms of quality. We know they're pretty much a complete team based on what we've seen, and I think they should be able to get the job done here, especially with the home crowd getting behind them to celebrate their premiership heroes.
Brisbane with 4, Jesse. Probably the first time for this season, and there won't be the last by any stretch of the imagination, where I may have gone a bit too heavy on someone, but that's okay, because I tend to agree. I think the Dogs, this is a much closer match than my confidence points would suggest. But that's how the cookie crumbles. I think it's going to be a good game of footy. Hopefully it's a good game of footy. Up at the Gabba as well. Give the tick to the Lions just a smidge, because we all know how much home ground advantage matters, Jesse, don't we? Of course. But no, it should be a cracker of a game. Cracker of a game. Vin has gone Brisbane with the full shebang, full 5, okay. And I think it's based on their tagline. It's just because they're the double premiers, Jesse, isn't it? That's all you need to know. 5 points for the Brisbane Lions for Vin.
Oh, Vin.
I think it's I'm intrigued, Jesse. I'm intrigued to see how it develops. I'm intrigued. Let's move on to the next game, which should definitely not be in opening round, but it is in opening round because there's nothing to do with the Barassi line, because everyone's on the AFL side of the Barassi line in this game.
Now, here's a question.
Yes.
We've only got one confidence point left.
Yes.
Can we just boycott this? Given how farcical it is that this is an opening round.
Oh, do you want to boycott one, Jesse?
This is not what opening round's about, is it?
No, not at all.
I mean, we were specifically told what opening round is for.
Yeah.
And this is specifically not that.
Correct. Yeah.
So, look, we'll do the game. So it's St Kilda versus Collingwood at the MCG, which is, and this is true, 2 Victorian sides playing in Victoria in the round for New South Wales and Queensland.
Yes, correct.
So not a lot's adding up there.
No, not a lot.
Now, I don't know if Vin and his robo brain can maybe add something on this, but Jesse and his human brain is extremely concerned that this is an opening round and potentially underscores how silly the whole thing is. Anyway, I'm legally obliged to tip here. That's part of my contract. Collingwood with 1. I don't know with the Saints, and I'd rather err on the side of caution in opening round, given we don't know how this team is going to gel. And there is still the possibility that St Kilda could be quite bad this year if they don't gel fast. Now, Collingwood, I don't think they'll be as strong as they were in 2025, but they're still going to be a tough nut to crack. And although it's a St Kilda home game at the G, it's not going to be a one-sided audience either. So there'll be a real galvanization behind the Collingwood players. It's probably Pendle's last season. Mm-hmm. They're going to want to come out and put St Kilda back in their place. I think there will be a bit of that as well from Collingwood. I think a lot of the teams this year are going to get really sick of St Kilda and just try and put them in their place when they have the chance to do so. I think Collingwood will be trying to do that.
Well, I'll go to Vin first on this one because he agrees with you implicitly. Closest game on paper, Vin says. Collingwood expected to win, but confidence is lowest because St Kilda could surprise them at home, and that has historically been tight. So he's got Collingwood with 1. On that same notion, I've gone St Kilda with 1. Okay. Because literally get a coin, toss it up. We don't know where either of these two teams are this season, so it really could go either way. I think St Kilda would want to show.
Weren't they next to each other in our season preview? Just split by the part 1, part 2.
Yeah, correct. They were. Yeah, 100%. And I think St Kilda are going to want to prove a point. And like you've been saying many times across this this preseason, Jesse, wear the big boy pants and come to the big boy table because they've obviously recruited pretty heavily and spent a lot of money in the offseason to put a good team together in their mind. So they're going to want to win. And I want to see them win for my confidence point, Jesse. All right, Jesse, that's the game's done and dusted for round opening. That's because that's how you say it now.
Keep that in.
Yeah, I will.
Because you know what? It's not any worse than the whole concept of the bloody round anyway.
It's not like me to take out a gaff of my own, Jesse. I never do that. No.
You don't wield the iron fist when it comes to perfection on the microphone. No,
as soon as you make an error, you're like, cut that immediately. And I'm like,
restart the entire episode now. When I do mistakes, we do re-records.
That's right. Which is really great for my time, Jesse. Great. Love that.
It's only your time. It's not mine.
That's very true. All right. So our fantasy team, obviously, we've got our 20-team competition running this year. Getting ahead of the curve. We know the games don't actually start till round 1 proper. That's when fantasy kicks in. But I thought it'd be nice for us to share with you guys some changes we've made to our fantasy teams since we ran our episode the other day. Jesse, yours is nice and easy. You've had...
No, I don't believe in changes.
You've had no changes. I've gone crazy. No. I've gone crazy. So I've got rid of Ollie Baker, Jai Miss, Toby Bedford.
You just copy pasted my team.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have. 3 of those are in mine. You just scan my 22 and think, yeah, sick.
I didn't even look at your team, Jesse. I didn't even look at your end of it.
Okay, I believe.
Look at mine. So Flanders, Reedy, Walker, Smith, and Draper are all in now. Sid Draper might be changed, but I just thought I'd give you a quick update of where it's at, Jesse. That's all. I don't even know. I haven't seen your team since the opening episode, since I edited it. I've not even looked at yours.
I'm interested by Flanders. What was the logic here?
I spoke to a guy at work who's a St Kilda supporter, and he said that he's going to push up into the midfield. So I was like, yeah, go on.
Well, they do need some quality, so
that's right.
Let's hope for their sake. I mean, Walker, I think, is a good pick. I actually might go and plonk him in. I think I need to trade out Sam Cumming as well.
I'm sorry. Are you stealing my people now? Are you stealing my ideas?
Yeah, if you're going to thieve me, I'm going to thieve you back. Thief. No, I think I need to get rid of Sam Cumming. There's some concerns about his shoulder, so I'll probably find some other meta midfielder to put in there. It won't be Willem Dersma. 40% disposal efficiency is not going to get me very far. No. But no changes for me just yet. I'll probably do a couple of changes before round 1, especially if there's some jiggery pokery in opening round to make some decisions with. But Liam, it's a fairly punchy episode. Well, as punchy as we can ever do for tips and trades.
Well, it's going to have to be more punchy when we get to 9 games. Jess, it's going to be punchy as all get out.
More punchy than Barry Hall.
That's right. That's a big punch.
That's pretty punchy.
Yeah, that's a big punch. But I think that's it, Jesse. We'll send the people home for this one. Everyone get involved.
Thank you.
Everyone get involved. Talk to us. Tell us what you want to do as well. I'm intrigued.
Tell us about your teams. If you're making any changes in our competition, I'm assuming most of the people in our competition actually watch the show. Well, otherwise, they're just drifters.
Could you imagine? That's fine. They can be drifters. Hey. They can come and watch us later on.
They can be drifters as long as they don't win.
Correct.
If they win as a drifter, I'll be annoyed. So those of us who are in the centimetre perfect hemisphere, come on, we've got to galvanise.
Yes.
Got to get ourselves up and about for it. But thank you, everyone, for tuning in to Tips and Trades for opening round. Make sure you are liking and subscribing, telling your friends, telling your neighbours, telling your other fantasy football buddies. We won't be upset if there's not just us in your lives. Let them know to tune into the Centimetre Perfect AFL podcast because we have a big season 2026 coming up only in pace with what is becoming a frenetic AFL news cycle. I'm Jesse, as always. That's Liam, as always. We'll see you next time on the Centimetre Perfect AFL podcast.
Bye, everybody.